guys. So this is going to be my second Lost Caverns of Ixalan draft. Get straight into it. First one went alright. I went 5 and 3 yesterday with a white-blue artifacts deck. Yeah. Okay, let's look at this rare. Souls of the Lost. 2 mana. There's an additional cost, you have to discard a card or sacrifice a permanent. Fathomless Descent equal to Power and Toughness, or the star is equal to the number of opponent cards in the graveyard. Okay, it is basically a Lurgoyf, isn't it? Based on number of permanents. It's maybe a better Lurgoyf, but it's a card, maybe card disadvantage. You got to discard a card or sacrifice a permanent. But good. I think that's going to be quite good. We have the Stinging Cave Crawler, which is an uncommon, and it's good. I think it's good. It's Death Touch. It's 3 mana, and it can be a card draw engine as well. So I think that's a pretty good package deal. I don't think anything is going to be as good as that. There is the black 5 mana removal here, which I'd probably take later in the a later pick. I think I like the strong uncommons. If there's a strong uncommon, I definitely want to take that early because that's not gonna make it round the table. Okay, and there is one black card here. Broodrage Mycoid. I saw this before. Okay, 4/3 for 4. If you descended this turn, as in if you put a card in your graveyard, you get a 1/1 creature, which that does seem quite good. That feels pickable. What also, Promising Vein seems very pickable. I want to take, it's a colourless card that lets you fix your mana. But is there anything so amazing we have to pick it? Like, is this good? Coati Scavenger. Okay, he can bring something back from the graveyard. Maybe we can go black-green and bring stuff back. Careering Minecart is a really good ramp card, I think. Gets you maybe a treasure token several turns in a row, if you're lucky. Captain Storm Cosmium Radar. Okay, yeah. Whenever you get an artifact, you put a +1/+1 on target pirate. So they can boost up your other pirates. So it's pirates and artifacts. I think I like my black cards. I don't want to go into red and blue, just for this. Do I want to go into green for Coati Scavenger? It seems okay. I don't think it doesn't quite bowl me over, but it's like it's basically like a Gravedigger. It's getting a permanent back from the graveyard. Broodrage Mycoid maybe isn't that amazing. I do like Chasm Stone Tree. That is a ramp card. Look at the top 6 and you can put a land into play. But maybe something colourless would be good. So Minecart or the Promising Vein. I might actually plump for the Minecart. It makes artifacts as well. Sometimes that's important. You can imagine that it's very good with Captain Storm. But yeah, let's take a Minecart. Okay, Mischievous Pup can bring something back at instant speed. That's quite good. Yep, indestructible. Vampire. Lodestone Needle stuns something, and you can use it to explore with. It's like none of these cards are strong enough that I want to commit to another colour yet. Out of there is the counter spell I keep seeing for 4 mana. It's 2 mana against a creature spell, I suppose. Compass Gnome, I think it's quite good. So that's also mana fixing. Or we could just take the black land here, which has a bit of upside to it. I think, yeah, I might take that land. Might stick with black in the first pack unless there's something amazing. Okay, Waterlogged Hulk could be a good reason. You can get an unblockable creature, which could be quite good. But I don't know. Maybe you don't want to mill yourself that much in draft. Interesting. So 2/1 for 2. It can do a discover 4 and exile stuff from graveyards. That seems okay. It doesn't mean I have. Yeah, means I don't have to. Still don't have to commit to another color. So I'll go with that. Defossilize. Oh, return it. Turn a creature to the battlefield. It explores twice. Could bring back Souls of the Lost, because the disadvantage on that is only if you cast it. There is a Tithing Blade, which is pretty darn good, to be honest. But I'm going to take the uncommon here. What we want now is the swamp cycling creature, I think, or any of the land cyclers. Okay, Spring-Loaded Sawblades, pretty good. Removal card, 5 damage to a tapped creature. The black card we get offered is Fungal Fortitude, which is good if you have creatures to play it on, but we haven't got very many creatures yet. It feels wrong to pick it up before we've got a few creatures. Okay, that's interesting. That is a board wipe based on the number of caves that you have. I think we take the Sawblades because it's a removal spell. It's not a bad removal spell. It's all red, pretty much. So this is a sacrifice outlet. I'm trying to think if that could possibly be good. If I'm making lots of creatures, I suppose. It's a good blocker. It's 1/4 as well. Yeah, I don't want to go into all these other colours. The Sage of Days is quite good, but yeah, I'll pick up the Acolyte. It's a filler card. Okay, Forgotten Monument. other caves become mana fixing things. That seems okay. I was impressed when I saw my opponent play Adaptive Gemguard yesterday. That seems like a good card. So red really seems open. Lots of red cards last time, and this one is okay, it's damage equal to the number of lands you control. Okay, not just mountains. Okay, good removal spell. Or do we take Forgotten Monument to possibly have mana fixing? It's competing with the Spring-Loaded Sawblades, because you'd either play this or the Rock Slide. I think we take Forgotten Monument. Okay, you can make gnomes. I think I like that idea. It has to be, you know, obviously a long game for that to matter. Buried Treasure is a bit of mana fixing. That seems good, gotta say. We do that, or we commit to white a bit harder with these, but they're both common, so let's try the Buried Treasure. Okay, Broodrage Mycoid, or a Promising Vein. Let's take the Mycoid. Let's fill out that creature slots a bit. Got to take third colour. Lodestone Needle's the best one there. Acrobatic Leap. Gold Fury Strider. Probably not going to play that. Probably not going to play Acrobatic Leap. I suppose the Strider is splashable. I'm just going to take it because it's an uncommon. Okay, Scythe. Hello, hello. Well, it's Kellan Daring Traveller again. I had Kellan yesterday. Decent card. You've got a... Like yesterday was white-blue, and I had to struggle to cast the Adventure card. But, so I'm just going to cut Lodestone Needle. We're going to be white-black with a splash of green, it looks like. Oh, there's a white-black card. Is this any good? Bartolome del Presidio, Vampire Knight. So it can get bigger if you sacrifice creatures and artifacts to it. Yeah, okay. Doesn't seem good. It's like if they're gonna die anyway, you sacrifice them at instant speed, I suppose. It's a 2-drop. It goes in my deck. There's the Dauntless Dismantler though, which this was good yesterday. This got a couple of 2-for-1s. I think further down, okay, this is more mana fixing. Sunbird Standard seems good, especially if you have multiple colors. But okay, Petrify is a straight up removal spell for 2 mana, so I think that's ahead. Okay, that can tap creatures down when it attacks. Yeah, Fanatical Offering's good. Sacrifice a creature, get 2 cards and a map token. And I like the Skullcap Snail, so it makes your opponent exile a card. But I think Petrify is the best thing here. It doesn't go well with... yeah. Okay, drawback of Petrify. It doesn't go very well in a white-black deck, because you might want to use a forced sacrifice card. That's the only thing. Just thinking ahead. So it's either use this or the Edict. effect. I think we take Petrify. Okay, is that equipment, Bloodthorn Flail? I suppose it's quite aggressive. 2 extra power for 1 mana. Can equip it. We can discard a card to equip it. Someone was trying to use that yesterday. It seemed okay. I'm a fan of having creatures, so Adaptive Gemguard could be good. Deep Goblin Skulltaker, 2/2 menace. And it gets bigger. Oh, nice, if you've descended. Mephitic Draft is like a nice fodder card. Rolling Bold is a nice removal card. Oh yeah, Captivating Cave is good. Okay, I think this Goblin is promising. If we can, we've got to descend. We've got to put stuff in the graveyard. We have a couple of ways of doing that, so we'll see if we can make that work. Yeah, so I had this yesterday, Master's Guide-Mural. Incredible card. I think we can splash for it as well. It can turn into a factory that makes 4/4 golems every turn. Every time you play an artifact. Which, yeah, we've got a few artifacts. Maybe we can do that. There's nothing else amazing. Let's try and splash this again. Right, the Mischievous Pup is back. Oh, Grasping Shadows. I did get this yesterday. I didn't get a chance to play it. It seems pretty good. You can give something Death Touch and Lifelink. It's good chances sort of trading up. It's gaining your life. You know, it's doing a good job for you, so I do fancy trying that out. Miner's Guidewing's a nice cheap creature with some upside. Join the Dead though. Yeah. Can I overlook Join the Dead? Which is a fantastic removal spell. How good do I think Grasping Shadows is? No, not as good as a removal spell. We'll take Join the Dead. Okay. Yeah, Might of the Ancestors enchantment that pumps up your creatures. Seems good, but I'd probably rather have another creature. I don't think I have enough creatures yet, so there's the risk you draw this and no creatures, so that's what puts me off. Oh, right. Quicksand Whirlpool. Okay, it costs 3 if it targets a tapped creature. That's a good removal spell. Yeah. There's Primordial Nora. I think, no, go for the removal spell. Okay, something cheap can come back. So, could be a Stinging Cave Crawler. Or Kellan. Okay, that's right. Finally, you've got a third chance to try and get this guy. He's a 3/3 for 3 mana as well. The Greedy Freebooter is okay. Vita's Inquisitor. Alright, okay, this is another version of the 2-drop, but it gets Menace, so slightly better. Sort of mid to late game threat. I think I like this Envoy, so I'm going to give it a shot. So we're going to ignore Tithing Blade because we're going for Petrify, basically. Okay. That's a decent 2-drop, I think. The Sunscribe. And the Tinker's Tote is kind of nice as well. So, and yeah, we could definitely do with another 2-drop. So I think it's the Sunscribe. Okay, Soaring Sandwing is the plane cycling creature. Gains you 3 life, so it could stabilize the game. And I was talking about plane cycling something, maybe bringing it back with Defossilize later. And that's just a good chunky blocker as well. There's a big 4/4 flyer. And there's the blue flyer. You could use this to block that, I suppose. Otherwise, it's Broodrage Mycoid. So yeah, we get the big white flyer. I wonder if we have any artifacts for Master's Guide-Mural. That's one thing. Yeah, I think we have a handful. Got about 6. So got to think. Maybe I should get an artifact. Sunblade Standard. Fanatical Offering. Okay, so it's interesting to get so many nice choices later on. So yeah, it's a mana rock for 3 mana. Helps me get to the blue mana I need. Master's Guide-Mural and the green for Kellan. So that's, yeah, I think probably having another way of fixing my mana, probably a good idea. So Bloodthorn Flail. Okay, Adaptive Gemguard is an artifact creature, and we've got Captivating Cave. Yeah, maybe we probably have to, because we're basically going 4 colours. We've got to keep picking up, I think, Captivating Caves and things. Okay, Fungal Fortitude. Still don't have enough creatures, I think, to justify an aura. I would say keep picking up creatures. Broodrage Mycoid is a fine creature. Hunter's Blowgun, same problem as the auras. We don't have enough creatures, so yeah, we've got 11 creatures, so I take a Gemguard. That's another artifact, which is very nice with our mural. And sideboard that. Sideboard that. That is very lucky. We got a black rare, so Queen's Bay Paladin, Vampire Knight 5/4. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, return up to 1 target vampire card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Use life equal to its mana value. Do we have any other vampires at all? Yes, we have one. We have one vampire. Do we remember what it is? It's the Vampire Cleric, Acolyte of Aklazotz. Well, we're taking this rare anyway, even if it's useless. But we'll there will now be a premium on other vampire cards. If we can get a good vampire, it might be worth playing. We might, because we could quite easily just drop this, because it might just be a 5/4 for 5 mana, which isn't good enough, to be honest. So yeah, Might of Ancestors, I think not. Mischievous Pup. Yeah, might be quite a cheeky little card to have. Think about that. Cavernous Moor is only you can only make it a creature if you've got 3 other caves in graveyard or in play. That's never going to become a creature. I have 3 caves. I'd have to get all of them out. There is another Soaring Sandwing here, which is quite tempting. There's also Oltec Cloud Guard, which is actually fantastic. So it makes a 1/1 gnome artifact, so it gives you an artifact for your Master's Guide-Mural. Yeah, I got just played against a couple of people I think who just spammed these at me until they won. I think it might just be as simple as he who plays the most flyers just wins in quite a few matchups. So it's, yeah, I think it's probably better than a Mischievous Pup, just getting another flyer. Depends on my mana curve a bit. But yeah, I've got early stuff I could actually do with some later stuff. The Sandwing, though, is, I suppose maybe having two could be a bit risky. I think it's the Cloud Guard. We've got 3 lands, so we've just hit 23 cards. So this is now a deck. So we're just looking for improvements. I think the mana curve is all right. We don't desperately need to fill out any of the mana slots. Hey, I spot a Rampaging Spiketail, so that is a land cycler. We decided we're not playing Tithing Blade. Yeah, take the Spiketail. I'm actually going to drop the Queensbay Paladin. There's no good reason to play it yet. Okay, yeah, nice, decent 2-drop. Brings back an artifact. That's another artifact. Oh, there's another Petrify. Okay, that is going to be our removal of choice. Let's take that one. I think good removal cards are pretty much always going to be an upgrade. So, well, if they're 2 mana removal. Okay, this is another decent artifact. Tinker's Tote, I think. I could get another Mycoid Greedy Freebooter if we want a cheap creature. It's also a pirate. I'll take the artifact. Cosmian Blast here is a nice removal card. Get 2 creatures back with that one. Cartographer's Companion makes a map token, which is quite good. Let's take the removal spell. Okay, Dauntless Dismantler, another Hidden Necropolis. Well, actually, just another useful land, I think, is going to improve the deck. Because we're obviously definitely going to be able to play another land. I think 2 tap lands is going to be fine. Another cave as well, which is handy for Forgotten Monument. Okay, this can make a Vampire Demon for 7 mana. Otherwise, you're building up counters on creatures if you descend at this turn. Trouble is, I don't think I descend all that much. Well, there's the buried treasure we can sacrifice. There's a few sacrifice things. I'm not convinced, and I just kind of... I could pick another buried treasure or a compass gnome. Let's take a compass gnome. Actually, no. Buried treasure is another thing I can sacrifice. That's the thing. Which might be important. Okay, a lot of the usual things. I think we'll go Promising Vein. Grab the Sandwing. Tithing Blade. I don't think we're going to play Tithing Blade. Family Reunion. I don't think I'll play that either, but I might consider it. Hidden Courtyard. Yep, improves the deck. Okay, Didactic Echo. Mephitic Draft. Yep, it's quite a useful thing you might use. Okay. Okay, yeah, 45 out of 40 there. You'd probably cut 3 2-drops, a couple of 3-drops, to be honest, usually. So... we are interested in having artifacts. But yeah, so there's no easy... there's nothing we can get rid of easily. We're supposed to be dropping 3 of these. But we like our removal spells. I think... yeah, probably drop Digsite Conservator. Maybe a Cosmium Blast. One of the buried treasures. Right, we need to drop 2 3-drops. Right, he can make artifacts, but it's quite expensive. Yeah, we dropped the Acolyte. That's not doing much. Oh yeah, the Goblin Skulltaker is quite good. Sunbird Standard. Yeah, okay, let's keep those ones. So, Tinker's Tote. Okay, I guess we drop the Envoy. It's just too expensive to use that ability. And then that gets us down to 40 cards. And I think we're okay with what we've got left. We could, yeah, drop Broodrage Mycoid because it's not making any artifacts to go with the Guide-Mural. Yeah, so it's a good first pass. That's... I think my first card was Source of the Lost. That's on the that is the deck image, so that's appropriate. Yeah, so anyway, that's the end of part 1. Thanks for watching so far. Okay, I've got the final version of the deck. I've just tinkered a little bit. So I've decided to drop Sunbird Standard because it's just a mana rock, really, for 3 mana most of the time. I decided I'd rather replace it with one of these 2 mana artifacts that I can sacrifice, so that I can descend. When you put something in the graveyard, you descend. So I could use these to maybe pump up my Deep Goblin, Skulltaker, something like that. Conservator, I can exile things from my opponent's graveyard, maybe. Well, yeah, you can exile up to 4 cards. You don't have to exile your own graveyard, so that's an advantage of that. And what else did I do? I've dropped a Broodrage Mycoid, so we're down to 1 of those. Yeah, I didn't find a spot for the Cosmian Blast, which is strange. I think I just wanted to keep all of the 2-drop removal, the other 2-drop removal, and the 2-drop artifacts in Kellan. So I've got 2 pretty good rares in the 2-drop slot, so it's a bit overloaded. In fact, we now have 9 2-drops and 5 3-drops, so it's usually you want 7 and 6, I find, but that is just the way it's gone. So I'll give this a shot. One questionable thing, I've popped a forest in there. The only reason for the forest is Kellan. This got me in trouble yesterday, so I was greedy and I wanted to cast this sorcery, get a map token or 2 map tokens, and a couple of times I had no planes. I used Promising Veins to get the forest, just to cast the adventure side of this, sort of thinking, well, I'll probably find a planes with these explores. I did not. Suffice to say, probably lost 2 games because of that. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing today. I've learned nothing. So, but there you go. But the upside of having a forest, it's like I've got 2 more ways of basically getting a green mana. I can hit Promising Vein or forest. That is the reasoning, and I'm sticking with it. So it means I've got 6 white and 6 black sources before you start counting the multicolored thingies. And treasure tokens and things like that. I'm hoping it should work out, but we'll see. Oh, that's nice. We've got our Sunscribe for turn 2. We can Plane Cycle for another land if we want to. We don't have any black mana. We drew our island instead. So that's not so good. If we're lucky, we'll get to attack with a Scribe and Scry. Buried Treasure. Give me a black mana, I suppose. Okay, Triumphant Shot. He did not get to attack with that guy. Fair enough. We could dig for planes, but we're not going to. Play some Buried Treasure. We could Petrify that, but we're not going to. Now, Breach is Eager Pillager. It's a 3/3. Oh god. Right, so yeah, that's probably a good target for Petrifying, to be honest. That is a pirate, so he gets a nice little bonus. Gets his treasure, so it pumps it to 2/2. Nice. Okay, Join the Dead we're not casting for quite a long time. It's double black. Petrify breaches. We're 1 mana away from the Sandwing, so we're not going to plain cycle that. The creatures keep coming. It's a good rollout. And he has Dino Automaton. Okay. So I see. Hasn't been chosen this turn. Right. So he's just going to keep making treasure with that. Fair enough. That's going to be difficult for me to deal with. We have another Petrify. Can stop 3 more damage a turn, I suppose. We could stop a pirate from attacking and stop 2 damage a turn. And him getting extra stuff every turn. Or we could go for a Broodrage Mycoid. Yeah, Petrify on the 2/2 just feels like defeat. I'm going to play the Mycoid. Because he'll have to use removal on it, or he'll have to not attack anymore with his 2/2. Okay, he's got 3 colours. Oh, that's right. I mean, I literally saw that card, so he can give that menace. Fair enough. Do we block and trade off with a 3/3? That's a good question. We're going to have to petrify the Dino Automaton. Yeah, I think on balance, we're going to just try and do that. We do have Discover 5 with a buried treasure. Let's petrify that one. We can start swinging in for 1 damage with this, for what it's worth. So, around about this time of the Mana Rock for 3 mana seems like a much better card than the Buried Treasure. Okay, this is that thingy. Hey, there's a swamp. Well, we can play our big creature now, I suppose, and see if it gets blown up immediately. Oh, we gain 3 life. That's a nice little bonus from that. This may as well attack. Okay, he didn't attack. That's good news. We've got the Stinging Cave Crawler, or the Buried Treasure plan. I'm curious to see what we get. Let's go for it. Discover 5. Top card. Okay, Souls of the Lost. Just a 2/3. Oh, really? Okay, sacrifice a permanent. We can sacrifice the fungus. Not too impressive. Just a 2/3. Still a good enough blocker, I guess, so let's swing in and attack. Start putting a clock on this guy. If he has to use removal on Souls of the Lost, I think that's a pretty good deal, because it's a 2/3 creature. It's pretty rubbish. We'll see. Oh, yeah. Target creature can't block this turn is a thing, isn't it? Has he got a combat trick? Family ritual, yes he does. Okay. Sure. Okay, Buried Treasure. And we've got Join the Dead. We've got Stinging Cave Crawler as well. I say we play Cave Crawler, swing in for 3. He might play something even nastier, I'm thinking. Oh, yes, I was correct. Am I just dead, though? What does it do? How does it get to? Block, of course, yeah, that's the thing. Okay, he just casually gets a 3/5 flyer from that ability. Okay, I know what I have to do here, so this is sacrificed for black, which goes to the graveyard. So it gives me 4, and then I can join the dead on Gishath. I've only got 4 mana, so play another guy. So that can discover 4 when I sacrifice it if I have 4 mana. And that is... that draws me a card and I lose 1 life. Yeah, I was wondering why he wasn't using that target creature can't block thing. I sort of forgot he could do that. Right, yeah, he just stops the flyer from blocking. So this is, yeah, this Breaches thing is pretty good, as it turns out. We took out a Gishath. We might just... I am considering quite seriously extra swamp, extra plains, drop the forest and the island. Because I'm foreseeing the same problems I had yesterday with consistency. Promising Vein is kind of less good now. But it gets me the white or black land that I need. It's just a couple of colored cards that might have a problem. Master's Guide-Mural and the other one, Kellan. Okay, yeah. I think I've had enough of not getting the right mana, so we'll give this a shot. It's not like I'm playing 3 or 4 Evolving Wilds. Okay, good. White and black mana. Get that. An awesome turn 2 Souls of the Lost. So it's not a good card on turn 2. Right. Let's keep this though. I've actually got the right mana. Does not happen very often. Do we want to maybe cycle this? Because it's just a case of playing a 1/2 Souls of the Lost and discarding a card doesn't seem good. Okay, right. Poison Dart Frog. Ramp card. I think I'm gonna just ditch the Spiketail here. I've got nothing better to do with my mana. And we've got a choice. I think Petrify. Frog. Don't want to bolt the bird. I don't want him to ramp something out. And I can maybe cast the Join the Dead later and actually kill something. Something with passive abilities like the last game. Okay, yep, 3/3 for 3. Gains a bit of life. Colossal Dactyl. 4/5 reach trample for 4. Jeez. Okay, that's pretty horrendous news. Adaptive Gemguard, I guess, can trade it off with 3/3. Gradually, our Souls of the Lost might be looking slightly better. Okay, haste. Oh, okay, so you get to kill. you get to have a nice little fight effect that kills me on the thing, and I take 5 damage. Nice. Okay, we don't want to use that big removal card yet. Buried treasure, sacrifice it to Souls of the Lost maybe. I don't have to cast it, what am I doing? Souls of the Lost, discard buried treasure. Servitor and so maybe Souls of the Lost is just a terrible card even in draft. I want to see his combat trick. Let's go for it. We can go for the smaller creature, so he needs 2 power. Okay, he just had an abrade. Fair enough, it was just the 3 damage removal spell. Okay. Buried treasure. Oltec Cloud Guard, nice. Okay. I will double block with these. Just gonna see exactly how much he can get out of this thing. He's had a pretty good run of it. Yeah, we didn't get the Discover 4 option, but I think staying on 12 life is probably good. Okay. Join the dead on you. Attack with you. And he knows I've got an instant. Oh god, it has vigilance. Damn. Well, yeah, I missed that. But somehow, I don't think I was going to do it the other way around. Does that have vigilance? No, good. Right, the descend on this is basically going to be 6 mana. So, yeah, I'm getting beaten down here. Let's see. This is sorcery speed. Sacrifice it. Let's not attack. Let's go for the trap blades. This is can't use this mana now, but it's trap blades or go for Discover 4. What is that thing? Oh no! Right, it gets bigger. Do I just seriously have to just trade off with this 3-1, do we think? Yeah, I'm going to trade off with it, I don't care. Let's see, he's got Discover 4 there. It's 2-2. Alright, Deep Goblin Skulltaker. I want to play that before I sacrifice my lands, of course. And it can crew this thing. And I think we're on the defensive, so we're not going to attack. Even if he can maybe, you know, maybe winning the race technically. Ah, okay. Okay, well, we misunderstood something there on this card. We haven't crafted it into an artifact yet. That's what we've missed. Yeah, there's the little issue there. Yeah, the transforms into bit applies. It is not yet a vehicle. Silly me. That would be really good if that was a ready-made 5/5 vehicle. Okay, we have another big creature. So if I cast a spell on his turn, I just die. I take 4 damage. Okay, craft with artifact. What do we have? Yeah, Digisite Conservator. Okay. So it feels very risky to do that if he kills my dude. It's also very risky to just discover 4 and hope. Do I play the land? I'm going to not play the land. Yeah. And yeah, end the turn. That didn't count as descending because we exiled something from the graveyard. Got to put something in the graveyard to descend. Oh dear, I'm just looking at this ability. 7+1/+1 tokens on a land. Okay, and it gets haste. Because of course it does. But it's tapped. Thank God for that. Pass to attackers. I think I can activate a vehicle at the end of the attacker's phase. He does not go for it. Well, it's a tap creature, isn't it? Has to be a permanent card going into my graveyard as well. So even with a land, I don't quite have enough mana. It's basically going to be 6 lands that need to be tapped. Oh yeah, he can just do that every turn, naturally, yes. It's a handy late game trick. Okay, my turn, and just we'll keep drawing land. And we're going to pop, let's plop the Necropolis and hope we get something good. Oh yes we do, Death Touch. Does this have trample? No. And this might get a token if I understand this end. Yes. 3/3 Goblin. down to 6 mana, so he's got to draw more mana. He's probably drawn a land, to be honest. Death Toucher goes in front like that. Handy little use for your excess lands, this thing. Oh, but he's got a 6/6, okay. Sure. We've dropped 2 7/7s so far. He gets to draw a card off that, because why not? Okay, Buried Treasure. That does a Discover 5, by the way. That goes to the graveyard. So, by doing that. Then we Buried Treasure. Careening Minecart off the top, okay. Not the best one, to be honest. And we're probably going to die. Vehicle in the deck. So problem. Yeah, these guys get through. All right. Let's. I'm not missing something here. Let's crew this. Let's take this guy out, because it's going to add up to 7 anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, we lost a couple of aggressive green-red decks already, so we're not going to make it to gold, it looks like. It looks like a 0-3, unfortunately. Isn't quite the deck I hoped for. Not quite the performance. Because he didn't look that bad to me, but I guess yeah. Well, the souls, the rare I'm using is questionable, I think, and maybe I don't have enough graveyard interaction, ways of putting stuff in the graveyard. I've got a few ways, but maybe it's just not enough. We get a Petrify, we get Join the Dead, and double black for it, which is good. We can find another swamp, get Buried Treasure. Probably look for a Plains. We'll look for Plains. Nice, you got a Scalp. I'm probably going to try and play the Spiketail, I think, on turn 5. Okay, we've got a turn 4 play, so that's something. Yeah, we're not going to Petrify the 2/3, I think. Now the big counter spell costs 4 mana. I've seen a really good one that costs 5 mana, so I can't remember the other one. We've got Tinker's Tote we could do, but I think we'll just go for the Mycoid rather. Resolves. Okay, black and green, nice. He did well there. Okay, tap land. So we get the Spiketail next turn. Attack with the Myconid, I think. And go for a Tinker's Tote. He might have the counter spell up, of course. He did. Fair enough. Fair enough. There. Permanent went to the graveyard, so we get our 1/1 fungus. Can't sail Larcenist. Okay, 2/3, ward 1. Okay, right. You can turn an artifact or creature and it becomes a treasure artifact until this goes away. So it's like temporary removal. Very interesting. Okay. Oh. Oh, what? For each player. Up to 1. He didn't have to do that for his own thing, by the way, because you can choose 0. Okay, my turn. So we don't really want to sacrifice this treasure. We might get the this thing back. So got to be careful about how it taps the mana. I mean, I could kill this thing, join the dead, and get my Mycoid back. And I could play a stinging cave crawler. Except it would also bring his 2/3 back. Now I think of it. And I get to play a big creature through his counter spells. So oh, and I get to pump my fungus up. Yes, I think this is a good idea. Fungus gets to be a 3/1 indestructible. Gets to have a swing. Ah, you come back. So he sacrificed his treasure. That's good. So now, what's the deal? Yeah, we just want to... We don't want to take this out off the field of play. We want to just petrify it. And do we want to join the dead on that thing before he can protect it? It's got ward 1. So why do they make the ward numbers so small? Yeah, I'm going to do join the dead on there. Yes. long as I auto-pay with the right mana. That dies. I get my Myconid back. I can attack with a Myconid as well, because it doesn't have Summoning Sickness. It was still in play. Cool, so that's 10 damage. I don't get another fungus, because nothing went to my graveyard. But that's a threatening situation for him. Got the buried treasure discover to come. Let's see what the buried treasure brings. Hello, he's got an instant. He's got an instant counter spell rare creature. Okay, counter up to one activated or triggered ability. So, oh, he could have countered the 4/4 golem from that one. Nice. Okay, well, you can attack. You can attack. You can probably attack, to be honest. Get one through. Alright, 3/2 blocker with flying. Yeah, pretty good. We've got 6 mana. Let's. Obviously, he's got to just jump block. I don't have double white mana. I don't have blue mana. Now I think of it. So I guess I play a Stinging Crawler because I don't really want to sacrifice a land. But I think you need double white for that and 7 mana. Yeah, I don't want to go down a land. Play a Cave Crawler. And we could look for a land, but we won't have the blue mana for the Guide-Mural. So this is where we do feel short of mana fixing. Council of Echoes, oh my god, so that gets to bounce something. But he's still facing 2 creatures. That's the thing. Okay, my turn. Okay, I can play that. I still can't play that, but give this thing indestructible. Attack like that. And the fungus gets through and does it, I think. Yeah. He didn't want to die to the fungus, I think. Oh well, 1 win. Had some interesting counter spells there. A counter spell creature that counts an activated ability. Don't see that every day. At the moment, I only want 1 win a day. I'm not too bothered about going for the 4 wins anymore. It just takes too long. So I'm happy now, basically. We'll see if I can make a comeback, but I don't have great hopes for this deck. Well, we actually draw Kellan. We draw potentially green mana on turn 2 for Kellan. Might not be, the best play in the world, but we'll be able to do it if we want. Might want to just play Kellan himself. Get some triggers, basically. It's a good start. This is 1/1 Flying Vigilance. It dies. They get to explore another creature. Forgotten Monument. Oh, caves give me 1 mana of any colour. You know, arguably, I've got plenty of land. I don't actually need this explore. What I do need is a 2-drop creature. So that's what I'm going to do. Because I've got a 3-drop and a 4-drop to follow up with, which is quite nice. Now this thing, 7 mana before to transform it. You get a couple of 1/1s, well, a couple of 2/2s actually. So if he's got some clever combat trick here, we've got no defense, but we'll send Kellan in. Brave Kellan. This does trigger. Oh, beautiful. We actually hit a creature. Mischievous pup. Gonna bounce that back. Ah, oh, beautiful. Right, and the pup is going to do the trick. Probably knows I've got Quicksand Whirlpool now. Okay, let's have a stinging cave crawler. It's the most expensive thing. Because I might draw another 2-drop and want to do a couple of 2-drops next turn. You never know. But I do love that, just bouncing the clay-fired bricks, getting another bunch of stuff, planes, 2 life. Oh, it's Cheap Flyer City, ruined like a bat. I'm foreseeing these things getting seriously buffed up. Let's have a Captivating Cave. Conservator and a buried treasure we could do. And we could bring back Kellan with next turn with Defossilize. Okay, let's go with the Gemguard. Seems a bit more threatening. Yeah, just tap 2 creatures and that gets +1/+1, so that might be the better bet here, rather than doing 1 damage. Oh my god, he's got the Master's Guide-Mural already. Yeah, that's pretty scary. Artifact or creature. Okay, right, here we go. So, play Conservator. Play Buried Treasure. Can still play our tap land. We can Gemguard that to 5 with these 2. Keep the cave crawler back to defend and attack for 5. It might be a bit foolhardy. It looks like we're seriously on the back foot here. He's going to keep his Golem back to guard. Okay, another cheap flyer. Those things are going to be the death of me. We've got Defossilize. That could bring back Kellan. Could bring back a Gemguard if it gets killed. So much life gain. It's ridiculous, really. Okay, didn't go for that. I'll go for a Defossilize on Kellan. Oh, yeah, we keep that on top. Thank you very much. We want a flyer. Okay, yeah, put that on the life linker. Makes a lot of sense. Agree with that. Gets a land though. But he likes land. He wants to get to 7 mana for this thing. What does that do? Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Okay, yeah, I can just put that on the life linker. Makes a lot of sense. Right. Does Kellan attack here? Because he's got a good block, I think. We'll keep going with this plan. Get this thing to 7/7. Dump the swamp off the top. He's got Quicksand Whirlpool for that one. Okay. Okay. Kill the golem. He's about to get a load more golems, but that's alright. Okay, we drew a land, he didn't pump it up. Oh, Glorifier of Suffering, okay. So yeah, sacrifice that and you can seriously pump stuff up. Okay, those are going. So yeah, I have to trade off somewhere. I guess we've got to take out the Scout 3/3. Could take out the lifelinker. That sort of means he just wins the race very easily. Oh, that helps. That helps a lot. Okay. Funny thing here, right? Yeah, we just slam the big creature. Make sure we hit the right side there. 3 life, and do nothing. So it starts turning into a longer game, but this is where he makes his mana factory. He should just be winning. Okay, clay-fired bricks first. Pop everything up. Aha! 4/4, nice. Well, we get the Petrify. That's pretty nice. That stops his flying threat. Oh, wait, no it doesn't. He can still... Can he still destroy it? With the hammer. Feel like he probably can. I'm thinking of sacrificing buried treasure now. Put something in the graveyard. The cave crawler can start drawing cards for me, that's the idea. Maybe the Sandwing can attack. I don't know, I think he can still do that on this thing. Even though... Yeah, they'll keep that back as a defender. For a land. Okay. That's dead. Let's play a Promising Vein. And use our buried treasure. Get something good, hopefully. A lot of land came off the top. I got my own Master's Guide-Mural. Well, that might change things up. Cool. Except he'll disenchant that instead of the Pacify, won't he? That make that yeah, that's a pretty simple one. So he makes that and makes a... Did I just do that and oh yeah, I think you get made one or no, I didn't. You see, didn't upgrade it. Right. So let's figure out how you do this artifact. So you need an artifact in the graveyard. We got this little dude. That'll do. Let's try this out. Exile that one. Activate that ability. He has slightly better artifacts than me. I'm gonna start hitting him with this. And end the turn. And another flyer. Okay. Alright, he's gonna try and pump that up. It gets a land instead. Right, you can do that and potentially discard something. Oh no, you're okay, you sacrificed that flyer, okay. To make this flyer as big as possible. That makes sense. Yeah, Glorifier of Suffering seems to be doing some work actually. 2+1/+1 counter seems pretty good. Good top deck. We draw into the dead. Okay. I don't know if we win, but we're gonna the run around here a bit. We want to play a Tinker's Tote, and because we need to keep playing artifacts to actually use this thing. And we'll swing in for 3. And we could actually dig for a land with that as well, which is probably a very good idea at this stage of the game. Nice. Yeah, he's just artifacts in this deck pretty much. I think he's had one every turn. Yeah, even the Waterwind Scout brings an artifact into play. Okay, Deconstruction Hammer. You're gonna blow up my manufactory. Plus dismantle. Oh, that could blow up a lot of things. Right, okay, gotta think a little bit here. Facing a bit of an army. I'm gonna discover 4 with the Necropolis, I think. Hopefully I'll hit an artifact. Could also make the Soaring Sandwing a 5/5 with this. Hidden Courtyard and the time. In fact, I didn't play an artifact, so I missed my my golem. Flying blocker. Gets another goal. Yeah, just attack with those. What's this guy got? So, yeah. I think I want to kill the Glorifier of Suffering. In particular. So we'll chuck a 4 and a 1 in front of that. It's a shame to kind of waste this guy. But, might have to. We could do a 4 and a 1 there. And then we'd have to sacrifice a 4. Okay, yeah. Fair enough. 4 and the 2 go there. 4 and a 1 5 damage go through. But we take a few of them out. Let's sacrifice that for 3 life as well. So I don't think I can win. Need to take out a blocker and add 3 damage on. Somehow. Oh. Well, it does give him indestructible. Do we want to roll the dice with Hidden Necropolis, though? Because he's still going to have a blocker, so it doesn't do a whole hell of a lot. Well. The most damage I can block is 5. Let's just see how I do here. Doesn't look good. -7. Yeah, nice game. Quite a long game there. We've got 2 manufactories facing off against each other. He had the slightly better golems and obviously lots more artifacts in his deck. I thought I could get away with the manufactory maybe, but it wasn't a manufactory deck. It was, I had 6 or 7 artifacts, but it seemed just a good enough card to splash for. So we finished 1 and 3. I suppose my realization there, that first rare I got, Souls of the Lost, is pretty narrow usage. You don't want that in your opening hand. Obviously, it's card disadvantage. Even if you play it late game, if they've got an answer to it, you get 2 for 1. So it's going to just win some games when they don't have an answer. But it's not that great. I guess you can't really argue that it's not really a 2 mana drop. You don't want to play this on turn 2. You get to discard a card and have a 1/2, unless you've got a good reason you want to put something in the graveyard. If you're a reanimator deck, for example. Yeah, interesting card, but yeah, maybe a bit dubious. Had a little bit of Descend in the deck. A few things I could sacrifice so I could trigger Descend for the Goblin. But yeah, the Goblin did nothing pretty much. I think Buried Treasure was good. I think that Discover 5 for 5 mana turned out to be pretty good on a few occasions. I mean, you saw that last deck was very focused, a very focused blue-white artifacts deck. The focus of our deck design here was not as tight as it could be. So we've got a bit of Descend, a few artifacts, bit of graveyard. I suppose that, yeah, it would be nice if we had another reanimation spell, because we've got the 3 swamp cycling creatures. I was thinking of swamp cycling creatures and reanimation. But Defossilize, it's not exactly the cheapest reanimator spell. I mean, it's only 1 cheaper than the actual cycling creatures. But we got a pretty decent amount of removal as well. But yeah, the first 2 games we lost against. I think the first game I was still trying to play a forest and an island, and of course I didn't get any. I think I didn't get any swamps that game, or no plains. So I dropped that idea. And the mana wasn't too bad after that. We couldn't play our Master's Guide-Mural that was the game I won. Yeah, lost a couple of aggressive red-green decks basically. Just curved out, had a bit of splash of removal, and that just did the trick. In particular, yeah, we petrified the 3/3 that gives value whenever a pirate attacks, and he had that 2/2 pirate he could attack with every turn. And we didn't want to use another removal spell on that pirate. We wanted to use it on the bigger creatures that were coming. So we had a horrible dilemma. And really, we should definitely have used the killed the 2/2 pirate, because it gave him a lot of value. Because he could exile stuff off the top and cast it, so that's where those extra big creatures came from. Then yeah, the game we won was, yeah, we just had a nice curve out. He did a few counter spells. We just had bigger things to play with. Yeah, he actually countered our the activation of Buried Treasure, which is quite interesting. We had bigger things, and we had removal spells as well. And then we saw the last game was just an artifact, blue-white artifact deck with very strong synergy. Cheap flyers with Explorer as well, which I've seen that pop up quite a few times. The 1/1 flyers sort of getting pumped up considerable amount. Anyway, so yeah, at least it wasn't 0-3. We got the 1 win there, which is enough for me at the moment. Right, we're still going to be stuck in silver for the moment, but I think season's up for a couple more days. I'll probably play 1 more of these in a couple of days' time and see if I can get to gold. So anyway, I think that's the video. Thanks for watching.